Hey everybody, Michael Snyder, Pacific Northwest Weather Watch. Today is March 10th, and right now we are looking at the visible satellite imagery with the Doppler radars overlaid. You can see the main frontal system now draped across some of southern Oregon, the Cascades here. The narrow cold frontal rain band is pushing across California. We've got some heavy rain on the Washington coast as we speak. Cannot rule out a thunderstorm here across much of the region through the day today. And you can clearly see all that cold air aloft out over the Pacific Ocean here. The cold air cumulus approaching the coastline as we speak. Eyes on the sky. Would not be surprised to see a water spout today. So if you're on the coastal areas, watch out for that. Taking a wider view, you can see our next storm system south of the Aleutian Islands lining up as well. And if you like the rainfall and the chillier weathers, definitely enjoy what we've got here for the next few days because we're going to warm up. We got a big ridge building across Pacific Northwest. We'll dive into some of that in detail as we go through the video today. Medford National Weather Service talking about the snow levels here, 4,000 feet. That is just generally below Siskiyou Summit there. So watch out for some winter driving conditions across portions of I-5 for the next couple of days. And yeah, nice graphic here from the National Weather Service Medford. Here's Pendleton, Oregon. You can see we've got some gusty winds ongoing and of course some mountain snow, not incredible amounts, but still enough to make things slick. And this is Spokane National Weather Service talking about that thunderstorm threat Sunday afternoon through evening. They're always on top of it with their graphics. Lightning, a brief gusty wind, except for the grapple thing. It's snow pellets. It's just kind of a funny word that people have just latched onto and like. Grapple means something in German, and snow pellets is the official precipitation type. Peak gust Sunday afternoon. You can see some breezy conditions out there as well, so heads up for that. Kind of a crosswind there on I-90 and Highway 2. And if we look at this wind advisory here for portions of western Washington, that is wrapping up. It's about 9:30 as I'm doing this briefing here. And you can see that ends at 11 a.m., but it's still some blustery winds as we go through the day today. And there is this coastal flood advisory as well. So watch out for that. They're talking about that ending here until about 4 p.m. on Sunday, 1 to 2 feet above ground level there along the shorelines and low-lying coastal areas. Now, if we take a look here, you can see that frontal system now pushing down across Northern California, kind of draped across Oregon. And then we push this system in here with that cooler air aloft as we go through the day today. And then the next storm system is going to be hot on its heels as we go through the day tomorrow. Another round of some gusty winds for the northwest interior up into Vancouver, BC, the higher terrain, coastal areas as well as we go through tomorrow afternoon and night. Then we got an onshore flow, maybe some convergent zone activity. And then we're going to start to relax the gradient and start to do some ridge building here across Pacific Northwest and really start to warm things up. Composite reflectivity, I want to play through this here really quick as well. You can see that shower activity moving across the area as we go through the afternoon today. And if you're across eastern Washington, eyes on the sky as well, because you could see that could be an interesting thunderstorm here, kind of tracking right over Ritzville towards Spokane. Some of the models been waffling back and forth on whether or not some of these storms are going to develop. But if it does, those could be prolific lightning producers that are even out towards Spokane, some of the Idaho Panhandle. So heads up for that. And can't rule out a lightning strike across western Washington, Oregon, even up towards southwest BC today. Don't want to completely rule that out. Now, if we look at the composite reflectivity, I want to show a little closer look at that here. You can see we do start to destabilize here as we go through the afternoon hours. It's not too crazy there, but you could get a thunderstorm or two across eastern Washington. Just wanted to give you a little bit of a closer look at that system, kind of tracking right over Ritzville there towards Spokane. Now, looking at lightning flash density of potential, let's scroll ahead here and we go through the day today. You can see some of that lightning potential, just pointing out that fact there that it does exist east of the Cascades today also. And as we scroll on in through Monday, check out Tuesday here. We're going to have another chilly air mass. You can see maybe another lightning threat in southwest BC, western Washington, places east of the Cascades as well. We'll watch that one here over the next couple of days also. So looking at the winter storm impacts, just a heads up, when these showers are rolling through, they can coat the roadways across the higher terrain of the passes out there. So be prepared for some winter travel conditions going back and forth across the higher terrain. This is total snow in inches, National Blended Model. So you can see it kind of piling up a little bit here today. Not too much showing up for Snoqualmie Pass here, but don't let your guard down. It only takes a shower or two to roll across the area to make things slick. And as we go on through Monday, you can see we pile up some more snowfall here, but then we're really going to we're going to build the ridge out here. We're really going to dry things out, and these systems are not going to be rolling in here through. So we might do some damage to the snowpack. So we're going to warm up quite nicely, especially aloft across some of the areas as well. And I'll show you that in some of the maps here in a moment. But looking at the European on the left versus the GFS on the right, you can see the system impacting us right now. Here's Washington, BC, and Oregon. There we go, swinging through here. Then we got one more system to go on the day Tuesday, and we quickly start to build this ridge both models have it. Good model agreement. The European is stronger with the ridge versus what the GFS has been showing. And then as we scroll up into the extended forecast here, you can kind of see the ridge hanging out for a while, but then the GFS wants to start to throw this trough in here, and the European is not having anything of the sort. So still some model disagreement off through the extended. That's to be expected at that range, but we'll watch to see how long that ridge is going to be with us in the upcoming days. And so when you get disagreement like that, you check out the ensemble mean, and you can see the system rolling through on Tuesday. The ridge builds here, and pretty good ensemble agreement, as you can see on the ridge with us, and probably hanging out for a few days at least on into the early portions of the following week here. So we're taking a look here at 500 millibars, 18,000 feet. Clearly you can see the ridge and the very thick atmosphere here up over the Pacific Northwest. Big ridge of high pressure, just kind of bringing that sinking air with us. Going to bring some offshore winds and really warm us up. And that's what's known as geopotential height here. This is an estimated height based on temperature and pressure data. So if we look off into when we had some record highs, you can see 575. And if we look back at that map, it was 579. So the ridge position is not identical, and it was a bit further north here, but you can see that's right up towards record territory for heights at 500 millibars for this time of year. And you can kind of see, if you look back, you can see where the record lows were as well. So this is a nice plot here. This is Quileute, by the way, on the northwest Washington coastline. So let's look at some of the daily max 2-meter temperatures here. And as you can imagine, when we got these systems rolling through, we're going to keep things suppressed a bit here as we go through Wednesday. But then Thursday, we're going to notice the temperature starting to increase slowly for some areas. Then Friday, we really start to bump these temperatures up, especially across western Oregon. Then look at Saturday, Sunday. We might have a really nice weekend coming up here, folks. So fingers crossed for that one. You might as well enjoy it when we get some of these March ridges coming across the area. Now, looking at probability of 2-meter max temperature equaling or exceeding 70 degrees Fahrenheit. So I'm all the way out into Thursday afternoon. You can see a little bit of that across some of southwest Oregon, Northern California. But watch as we go on in through Friday afternoon. Check it out. It starts to get up into Oregon, even into Washington here. Let's check out Saturday. Look at that. It starts to come into the Puget Sound. So we've got some chances of getting up over 70 degrees here, especially west of the Cascades, with some compressional winds and offshore flow occurring. And we go on to Sunday afternoon. Check it out. It looks like a nice weekend coming up here if things don't change. There's Monday, another warm day as well. And Tuesday, we have chances to exceed 70 degrees again, even a bit for eastern Washington here. Once, it's that time of year, we can start to warm up east of the mountains also. And if we look at 10-day precipitation anomalies, that's the downside of this warm weather, as we might start to, we're going to dry things out. And we might start to harm the snowpack, which is already not doing well across British Columbia, Washington, Idaho, and portions of Montana. Oregon's doing pretty well so far. It's above average for many locations, but they could fall below average in this upcoming pattern, depending on how long that ridge hangs out. And I also wanted to show you back in 2019, we set 3 straight days, 76, 79, and 79, those record highs when we had that big ridge up over the area. We had those pretty impressive heights over the region, and this is what the ridge looked like. Ours is right off the coastline here a bit more. So we'll see how it eventually sets up here, but we are definitely going to be warming up as we head towards the upcoming weekend. Now, looking at 850 millibars, I want to show you this as well, because you can see the systems rolling through here. Here goes the one on Tuesday, and then we quickly start to warm up aloft as we go through the day Thursday, and check out these temperatures here as we get the offshore flow at 5,000 feet. Very nice. So we're definitely going to be warming up here this weekend, most likely. Now, looking at Seattle, Tacoma, as we start to go out, this is Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Check it out. Got 4 very warm days here, and Friday's not going to be bad also. We could be up towards 60 degrees here, and Thursday we start the warm up here. So yeah, interesting stuff there. You can see Spokane, we start to warm things up, potentially getting above over 60 degrees here for a few days stretch. This is Boise, starting to warm things up here as well with the big ridging overhead. Here's Astoria. Look at this. You might even get a 70-degree day right along the immediate coastline here. We'll continue to watch this day by day, of course. And here's down towards Eugene. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe even more pretty warm days coming up here with the potential for 70-degree temperatures incoming. And this is Brookings, Oregon. You could get a couple days with some nice offshore flow, which, as you know, if you live across some of the southwest Oregon coast, things can warm up quite dramatically with some of that offshore flow. So you could overperform with some of these temperatures. And here's the 6 to 10-day temperature outlook for the west coast, above average. There's precipitation as well. 8 to 14-day, no surprise, all the way through March 23rd, and still got that below average signal all the way through the 23rd. So we'll keep breaking it down, look at the extended forecast to see if we do, what kind of systems are going to be coming in through the future here, because eventually that ridge is going to get broken down. We're probably going to get some more troughing at some point here. We can still get pretty chilly as we go on into the end of March, on in through April as well. So we'll continue to break that down day by day. Here's that snowpack. And so, hopefully we get some decent amounts with the system today and the one coming in through Tuesday night into Wednesday morning, because we are going to dry out and warm up, and we're really going to damage some of the snowpack here across the region. So, cross your fingers for some overperformance there. But yeah, eyes on the sky today. Watch out for that heavy rain out there and maybe a lightning strike or two. Some blustery winds still ongoing, and that system's going to bring some blustery winds with it also. We'll look at that in some detail again tomorrow morning. Had a 40-mile-per-hour gust at my house here yesterday. And yeah, it was pretty fun watching that come through, and some interesting stuff. Had some lightning strikes around the Puget Sound on the coastline there as well, and up north also. So yeah, eyes on the sky today. Anyway, hope you guys are liking these videos. Click like and subscribe. We'll do this again tomorrow, and I will talk to you guys then.